Hello everyone and welcome to Cancer Spirit Tip 3. My name is Thomas, next to me is Lewis and we're here in the lovely Singapore for the longest race of the season. But what an important race it is, because there is still a championship yet to be decided between Ricky and Matty, so definitely something to look out for. Like I mentioned before, Lewis is in the commentary box with me once again. Lewis, mate, happy you are here with me. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. Good evening, everyone. And yeah, looking forward to watching, as always, a chaotic Singapore Grand Prix. One of the toughest races in the year. I know we've just had one in last week in Baku, but yeah, the longest race in terms of time. It should be fun.
Yeah, 100%. It definitely should be fun around here. Hopefully, we're not gonna see too much drama. Hopefully, we're gonna see some good racing. This track, it's hard to overtake. It's not an easy track to make overtakes on. You got a few sections, especially with the DRS zones, where it should be a little bit easier to make your overtake. But it's such a difficult track where making a mistake can really cost your race. So definitely both championship contenders need to be careful that they are not making too many mistakes. Currently on board with Lars, he's on his outlap. Everyone now slowly starting to get out of the pits. Yeah, strategy wise, you want to avoid the soft tire as much as possible, so maybe we're gonna see some guys trying to qualify on the mediums inside the top 10. Definitely people outside of the 10 will go for a one-stop strategy, mediums to hards. People who start on the soft will have a difficult time to manage it with a one-stop till the end. So definitely something to keep an eye out for in the future. But for now, we go on board with Lars as he is one of the first ones to start his first flying lap.
Well, looking here, Muzza, was it Muzza? Yeah, Muzza almost had a moment on the outlap, going out the first corner on those cold tyres. Strategy-wise, as well, this race, I would have thought one stopper, soft to hard. Was it? Can you get the mediums to really? Yeah, because the problem is the pit lane is so slow around here. You lose too much time to make the two-stop work.
Yeah.
It's gonna be one stop, isn't it?
Yeah, the pit stop is short, so maybe we are gonna see a few people going for the two stop, but people starting on a soft will most likely trying to stretch those two hards if they can. But if they know they're not really good on their tires, then they will definitely go for the two stop, which will probably be a soft medium medium, or for the ones who feel very generous, a soft medium soft. But that, yeah, we have to wait and see how that one is going to work out. Pure Blaze is in front of Lars, but Lars already invalidated his lap time, so that's not going to bother. We go on board with Ricky, who is about to start his flying lap. In fact, he is already coming across the sector 1 split, and it's purple. We saw it popping up purple for a second, so it's looking good for Ricky, who is still in the lead of the championship. But he had to leave some points on the table towards Matty last week round in Baku. So he wants to make up for it. Last week he was on a new wheel with some new camera settings as well, so it was understandable, but he can't afford himself to lose points to Matty once again, so he needs to be on top of his level to make sure he's gonna work that out.
Yeah, looking very tidy at the moment by Ricky, heading down Sector 2. Obviously, Sector 2 tends to have a glitch where it goes purple anyway, but I would have thought as JSAC goes to official pole 1:35.8, we're looking at potentially a P1 lap time as of right now. Sygate in P2, 136 dead, just a couple of attempts behind JSAC. Then the Cross Hamilton and Jake Prentice quite a bit off. Here comes Ricky, final turn here. Committed, don't run too wide, otherwise it will be invalidated, and it's 134.6. Out the park.
That is a really solid lap time from Ricky. He is 1.2 seconds clear of JSAC in P2. That's insane.
Yeah. Yeah, as you'd say, Thomas, you love to see it, and that is brilliant. Especially at the beginning as well. There's a lot of pressure quality around here because it's so easy to get a wing knocked, get his wing knocked, or even retire. You don't have that runoff that you do on a race, on a proper road course. That's like around here it is. Some parts of the track you get a bit more space, but really for the most part it is just all. So to get that lap time done so early is takes a bit of pressure off Ricky now.
Yep, really good start for Ricky, and now all the pressure is on Matty, who is currently in P9 without a lap time. He is on his out lap, so he's still got some time. As we can see, Pure Blades on the left hand side retired. Don't know what happened there, probably lost it on exit. But he is, if everyone is going to be able to set in the lap time, he's going to start last place on this grid. Missing Robert in the Haas, and we are missing Harold in the Mercedes. Mazza is replacing our captain, who is currently busy either flying or somewhere else where he couldn't bring his PS4 with. I don't know, either way, something like that. Ladies in the chat, I'm doing fine, mate. Thank you very much. Hopefully you're doing well. Matty, yeah.
Who's Cos Hamilton? What was
that
his
was
name?
the Oryx guy, or how you want to call it. He missed a couple of weeks, but he's now back again. So
right, okay. He's just pitted because he's lost half of his front wing. So that's him over. Dan is on a hot lap. He is currently in sector 2, and I think Matty is following closely behind.
Yep. So let's focus on Dan first. He is the leading Alpha at this point. Going over the bump onto the hairpin. Important to stay as close to the wall, get a good exit. Oh, he's missing a little bit of the apex on the left hand side, but that will give him a little bit of a better exit, I would say. Towards sector 2, 103.6. Don't know what it exactly says, so we have to wait and see. The invisible wall on the left hand side there. That's a tricky one. It either invalidates your lap time, or gives you a warning, or you suddenly lose a little bit of the left hand side of your front wing. It's a weird corner. It's been there since, well, since I can remember, pretty much, especially or 100% since F1 2018. The invisible wall has been there, so that's definitely something to look out for. Flat through the last 2 turns onto the line as Dan puts in a 136.2. What can his teammate do? Matty comes across the line now, and he is not gonna finish this lap. But he didn't come into the pits either, so
Yeah.
weird situation. Well, but then I think this is just Matty going around the track, seeing what the grip level is looking like, and then wanting to put in a medium lap towards the end of the session. Because otherwise, you're not going to put in a 139.1, because if you put in a 135.8, it's going to be a very tricky one to beat on mediums.
That's very good. Yeah, really good point there. But I mean, obviously, if it's like any other with the 2020 game, the soft tire does not last long, does it? So it is preferable if you're not able to be qualifying in pole position, being at the front, then it is worth trying a lap time in the medium, as long as you can do your lap time and get in the top 10. Because the problem is, if you start outside the top 10, yeah, okay, you're on a better tyre strategy, but as we know, this track is difficult to overtake on. So you can end up shooting yourself in the foot by starting too far back and getting caught up in something. So I think, you know, it's one of those, I feel, although the soft is a tyre to struggle on, it's not so bad in this game. In the older games like 2019, 2018, I felt like the soft tyre around here really had no life. And it was just, yeah, from lap 1 onwards, it was a medium all the way. But looking so far, a lot of people have done their lap times on the soft. There's not really been many guys. Muzza, Lars, they're on mediums at the moment on their outlap. There's not a lot of guys on the medium.
Nope, I think we will see the guys going to put in a medium lap time at the end of the session, where there's going to be the most amount of grip on track. Currently on board with Connell as he's going for sector 2 to the old, what was it called? It had a special name. Turn 10. The Singapore Sling, wasn't it? And
Yes,
I think
that's right.
it was a very tricky corner like 10 years ago, where there were big bumps, and it was sort of the swimming pool chicane at Monaco, where if you hit the curb, it just launches you into the wall.
Yeah. It reminded me of really like the slalom in skiing, where they got to go right, left really quickly through between the two poles, and that's what it was like. You go as quickly left, right. But if you got too much, like you said, too much of the curb, yeah, you just go off into the wall. And although it was such a awkward corner, it actually was a lot more challenging than the corner they got now. Because the corner they got now in a way, it is a better place to overtake, but only slightly, because it's not a great braking area, so you can carry a lot more speed. But yeah, it was legendary. I remember playing that on the old 2010. I think even 2011 might have had it. I think it got changed in 2013. I think 2013 was when
something like that. Yeah, but even though still when it was changed, it still caused some incidents. So it's been a tricky corner either way.
And also they changed leading up over the bridge and the hairpin before you end sector 2.
Yeah.
They swapped. It's the bridge. There's actually 2 bridges, so they swapped. I think 2013 did the same thing. They swapped. They went onto a different bridge, so that I think it was to tighten up the hairpin or to widen up the hairpin. I can't remember. I think it might have been to tighten up the hairpin. I think so. Anyway, if you know what I mean, it's the corner. So after the old what used to be the sling, you then got the right and then left.
Yeah, 11, 12, and then turn 13 is the hairpin.
Yeah. I think it was the they moved on to a different bridge, so it made the hairpin tighter, I think.
Fair enough. During your story about the track evolution, yeah, Connell first put it up into pole position because he improved the time of Ricky with a 130.3, but then Rage Snipes improves on that time with a 134.3, but on mediums. That's an insane lap time like we've seen before from Rage Snipes. He's been brilliant in qualifying throughout this whole season pretty much. And he is showing it once again. And Wu is gonna beat Rage Snipes if he's gonna start on those mediums on pole position. I don't think anyone can do that.
Well, the only thing we've got for our audience is it is Singapore. He could make an error. He made an error a couple of races ago. And it is one of those, it's such a long race. Heavy fuel loads, you miss that braking point, you clip the wall a little bit, and it dramatically changes your race. So he is in a very good position, but it's a long race. True.
Yeah, it's a very long race where a safety car is most likely to come out, so that will change the strategy anyway. Oh, Mazda with a... Oh, and he can't save it. Massive tank slapper for Mazda coming out of turn 9. He tried to save it. He went all across the track for like 5 times and still hasn't been able to get it out of the wall. Such a shame for Mazda as he was on the mediums as well. He has to come back into the pits and hopefully for him he's got enough time to go back out on the track and put in the lap time, because currently he hasn't been able to do so.
Yeah, so that's going to really be a nightmare for Mazda, because obviously that is your one shot on the medium. He's going to have to change strategy or not, just give up on qualifying and hope for the best at the back of the grid. We're going to be expecting a few people to be coming out very shortly. Or a few people already have started out. Like Matty is on mediums and he is about to start his lap, so crucial time now for Matty. He needs to get this one done as he starts his flying lap.
As he up in towards turn 1 and turn 2, you need to make sure you don't go wide, because that will invalidate your lap and get a good exit coming out of 3 on towards turn 4, where the first DRS detection point will be active. It is gonna be here. DRS on the straight, we'll probably see a lot of overtakes coming towards turn 7, that is, because the kink on the right hand side is a turn as well. Turn 7, and then a tricky one with turn 8. You don't want to be on the outside because the wall is getting closer and closer. Then towards turn 9, where we saw the big tank slapper of Mazda, on towards the Singapore sling. Turn 10, which we talked about earlier in the qualifying session. Turn 11 and 12. You can go over the curb, you don't want to do that too much as it will bounce off the car in towards the hairpin. Turn 13. And then important to get a good exit once again with the second DRS zone around this track. On towards the end of sector 2, as Matty's improving by 1.7 seconds. It's looking really good for Matty. Through turn 14, up towards the chicane, 15 and 16. Oh, you missed a little bit of the apex on the right hand side, but it's all good. And then you go under the tunnel for turn 17 and 18. 19, and then last 2 turns. Oh, he validates it. Such a shame for Matthias to go again. Last 2 turns, turn 22 and 23 on towards the line. He did put in a 1:35.3, which would have been a P5 for Matty. But unfortunately for him, he has to go again to Red Bull, getting out of the way. Big pressure from Matty now.
Yeah, he's going to have to go again, and obviously not with much ERS either. So he's going to really struggle here. Currently P12, obviously that slow lap time that he did on the soft. This Yellows, he's got a McLaren ahead of him. And meanwhile, is there anyone else coming towards the line on a hot lap? J-Sack is a little bit further ahead. No, he's a little bit behind May. He's currently on a hot lap. But yeah, May on his sectors. He's going to come towards the end of sector 2. Oh, he goes deep, really deep. It's been such a scrappy lap, and he's going to run out of ERS now as well. He's going to be underpowered. He is 1.3 up.
Yeah, but it was 1.7 up on the last lap, so he already lost 4 tenths compared to last lap, and I don't think he's going to improve to sector 3, seeing the amount of ERS he's got left.
I mean, it's going to be better than the lap time he did before, but this is not going to be anywhere near the top 10, surely. As we're seeing more people retire now. Coming towards the line. Final corner. And it's 1:35.9. Oh, he does get in the top 10. But yeah, what might have been
Go on board with Ricky, who is about to start his lap time. The other championship contender. For the people watching at home, the championship can't be decided today if Ricky or if Matty retires and Ricky. Wait, what was it? What was it gonna be decided? What? Ricky said something to me about last week where it either way was gonna go until the last round or something like that. Wait a minute. I would say so that if Ricky gets the win and Matthew retires, that should be his, right? Because he is leading the championship at this point. It's awful that we don't know this. Well, either way, we're just gonna focus on Ricky's lap time. But he invalidated. Oh, and there's a McLaren as well, picking up front wing damage. So Ricky is not gonna improve. Is Connell gonna improve in P3? He is just behind Ricky.
He's paired. Ricky's not going to improve his lap time.
And Connell's gonna improve to P2. So Ray Snipes has to improve on P3, but is he gonna do so? He's currently on softs.
No, he's not.
And he's not gonna improve. No, he's way off. He's way off. J-Sack gonna improve? No, he's not. Matthew we saw before, so I think this is your starting grid for today's Grand Prix.
That's it. That is literally it.
I'm gonna get the standings up on screen so we can exactly know.
Yeah. So yeah, Matty is currently 7 points clear of Ricky, and even Rage is still. Is Rage still in it? Rage is still in it. Even Rage can still win the championship. It'd have to be a massive.
No, he can't.
He's on 233 points.
Wait. Which standings are you using those from the telemetry system?
Yeah. No, I could be wrong then.
Yeah.
So
I think
he might be out actually.
Yeah, because Matty now is on the standings on the website. He is 14 points behind Ricky. So
okay, right.
14 points behind Ricky. So if Ricky finishes P1, then Matty has to finish inside the top 5. Otherwise, Ricky's gonna be champion. Oh, this is gonna be a tricky one. And with Matty being a P10, it's not looking really good for him at this point.
But he did manage to get the medium tyre.
Yeah, that's a crucial one. That's a really crucial one.
Yeah. Although you would say if he was 11th, he would have had a fresh medium, rather than.
Yeah, so it's not the best position to be in.
Yeah, it's still. It depends. Obviously, he's gonna have a lot of clean traffic, and at the end of the race, he's gonna have a much fresher tyre. But yeah, it's in that midfield, anything can happen.
So it's try for the race.
Yeah.
It's.
I was about to say.
Yeah, if it's raining around here, then it's gonna be an even longer race.
I'm thinking how many finishes we had. How many finishes did we have last week? It was. It actually ended up not being too bad, if I remember. But I think round here, it's a tricky one because you'd think Singapore is a tougher track, but Baku, with its real narrow section, does tend to bite quite a lot of people in the races. But around here, you tend to get a lot more wing damage rather than retirements.
Yeah, true. Well, yeah, the castle section at Baku, where if you make a mistake, it's mostly gonna be a retirement. Where if you make a mistake now, it's mostly gonna be wing damage, where you either can go into the pits or just stay out until your pit stop or just the end of the race. Let's actually get the tires up on screen. So we've got Charlie and Connell still on softs, of course. Ray Shipes, the first one on the mediums. He's in a really good position in P3. Ricky, Saige, Jacek all on softs. Jay Prentice on mediums, really good for him as well. Dan and Jizzy on softs. Matty on mediums. Lars on mediums. Thomas Hamilton on mediums. Thibaut and Maz on softs. Kelsweg on mediums. Purblades on softs. And Justin and Steve are on mediums as well.
Yep, so interesting then. So Rage, obviously the top guy on mediums. He is going to be pretty much, obviously at the very beginning, the soft runners are going to get a great jump. But very quickly, Rage is going to be all over the back, and it's whether or not he can cleanly pass Connell and Charlie and pull away. If not, that's where he's under the pressure, because Ricky is right there, and Ricky is such a wily old fox. He will attack Rage if he gets a chance. Obviously, thinking about the championship, but there's an opportunity. He knows if he can disrupt Rage, it's a great chance of winning the race itself. But obviously, for Matty, he's going to have to be aggressive in this race if he wants to even be in with a decent chance in the final round, let alone surviving to take it to the next round. So, fascinating few laps. So what we're saying is, if Matty retires, Ricky has to finish 5th or 4th. Because it's 14 points clear, so I guess you'd have to finish 5th, higher.
It's 25, 18, 15, 12 points, so he needs to finish P4.
Okay.
Or but if he... No, he can't. If he finishes P5 but gets fastest lap, that would mean he gets 11 points, which will bring the total up to 25. But because Matty can win the race with the fast lap and gain 26 points, and Ricky can retire in the last race, still won't get it. So he needs to finish P4 when Matty retires. And if Ricky wins, then Matty needs to get at least P4.
Right.
But that's if I'm not mistaken. Or we both not mistaken.
Yeah. We can be giving you facts or fiction here, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't shoot the messenger. So if we get hyped already and we say that Ricky has won the championship when the finish flag is out and he's not, don't blame us. Although you've got a point, to be brutally honest, but still don't blame us. Don't shoot the messenger.
We are, we're great. Yeah, we're great at that.
Yeah, just appreciate us. So here we go. 5 red lights, waiting for the glitch as always. Oh, and there's Alpha Tauri. Oh, that's Pure Blades, his AI. We saw that in Baku as well. But it is Charlie with How do we get the predicted pit stop strategy up on screen right now? But away we go for the Singapore Grand Prix. You love Codemasters. It's a good start from Charlie. It's a good start from Connell. Charlie shuts the door. And Ricky already down the inside of Rage Snipes. Oh, they go side by side up towards turn 3. Turn 4 actually. Oh, that was Hamilton.
Yeah, Hamilton. But everyone else looks okay. Oh, there's an Alpha slow.
And that was Dan. Dan with a terrible exit. Of Matty is not gaining positions at the start. In fact, he actually lost the position to Jizzy. So Matty dropped down to P11. That's not the start he would have hoped for.
Yeah, not at all. Not a good start, but still very early days. Meanwhile, we've got Pure Blades unofficially in the lead, but that's because he's left the session. Really, it's Charlie, Connell, and as expected, they're pulling away initially a little bit, but Rage is going to be all over the back in the next couple of laps, and he will have that upper hand in terms of wear and pace. Sligo doing well, P6, Jay Prentice P7, and then you've got Last made great improvements, P9 around Singapore. Qualifying now on mirror and on the medium.
And on mediums, yeah. Lars is in a really good position. He needs to keep his head down, stay focused, stay calm. Just drive it home. This is going to be the important bit now for Charlie and Connell. If I were one of those guys, I wouldn't battle too much. Just focus on getting away from Rage Snipes in... Oh, it's going to be P3 because Blades will fall down.
Down pits.
Dan so must have picked up some wing damage.
It didn't look like it wing damage, but
then it's the speeds. Let's see damage. Yeah, it's damage on the right hand side for Dan. We can see it, new front wing change for Dan, and he's going onto the hard tire. Cause Hamilton is in as well. He puts on the hard tire himself and a front wing change. So both cars into the pits. And
yeah,
both
out. On the hard tyre. Yeah, and even is that even going to last? That's the thing as well.
I don't think it is, but they will probably go on to softs towards the end of the race, or mediums if they want to get rid of the hard tyres a little bit earlier. Ooh, look at this wing damage for JSAC as well in P8. So this should be oh that's Ricky getting past Pure Blades. Never mind. So this should be an opportunity for Lars to maybe get past JSAC. Yeah, look at this. Lars is almost pushing JSAC. Oh, but no wing damage. Yeah, you saw it as well. Jizzy with wing damage behind. You can see it on the left hand side, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see it. This is the thing around this track. It's so easy to get some wing damage. Has he got it? Has Jizzy got it?
Yeah, Jizzy's got 12%, so it's not major. It's still in the green. So nothing... Not too much to worry about, but Lars, I know Lars in this kind of situation, he's getting frustrated lap after lap after lap if you can't get past JSAC. He needs to stay calm. People who are in the party with him, they need to say that he needs to stay calm, because otherwise he's gonna make mistakes and that will cost him his race. He needs to stay calm as he's going down the inside. He makes full use of the wing damage of JSAC, and I think he needs to make it stick now towards down the inside. Oh, they make contact! JSAC kept it on. They both can continue their way. No wing damage as of yet, as Matty gets past Jizzy. Oh.
Yeah. Matty's on full attack. Oh,
yeah,
Matty, 3
Matty,
seconds.
3 second time penalty.
Oh,
look at this. Putting up into overtake, getting down the inside of Lars. And that is how you get the job done. No, not yet. Lars is still there. Down the inside he goes.
It's chaos.
Oh, and he defends brilliantly. What a move from Lars. And now Mazza is all over the back of Matty. Down the inside, down towards turn 10. No way. Mazza gets in front.
Yeah, needs a soft runner. So, oh, but look at this. Matty
round the outside. What a brilliant move from Matty. He remains in P10.
Yeah, he's got it up. He's up for this one. He's got to attack. He's got to get past these guys. And Lars still struggling to get, now those softs wearing on JSAC. Adding even more to that front wing damage.
Yeah, Lars needs to do what he did on the last lap. Making use of the fact that Jason's got damage on the right hand side, so those two fast left corners at the end of the lap are gonna hurt Jason the most. So he needs to make sure he's as close as possible before those turns, which he should be doing now. No, he loses it. This is what I said. Lars is gonna be frustrated, and that's Lars into the wall, and that's his race pretty much over unless the safety car comes out.
Oh, I think there's wing damage. Someone got wing damage, or they picked up some debris in the top 4 here. Look at this, Charlie.
Top 4, that's Rage Snipes. Rage Snipes, 38% wing damage on the right hand side. Same amount of wing damage that J-Sec has.
Yeah, and look at this. Connell and Charlie side by side. Charlie allows him wide, and Ricky has to be careful here. He does not want to have a DNF when he's got the upper hand in the championship. The top 4 have waltzed away from the rest of the field, but they're all together. Brilliant stuff. Wow. It's all coming together. And there's yellow in sector 1. Don't know who that is, but Jay Prentice is on his own. And then you've got Sygate on his own. Matty's now got past J-Sack.
Yeah, Matty got past J-Sack, and now Mazza is putting the pressure on J-Sack. So Matty already 1.4 seconds away. He's definitely not waiting, and he is on a mission. A man on a mission.
Absolutely. But yeah, this top 4 on a mission. Rage with that wing damage still on Paceman is going to really... That's going to mess him up. Because... And this is the problem. It was, you think, Rage got it in the bag, being on the medium tyre with the pace, but you get that wing damage. He wants to go further than all these guys. He's going to be forced into pitting earlier, and with the wing change, Ricky pits.
Yeah, Ricky into pits. Yeah, Rage Knight was in such a good position, but now he needs to make sure he stays within that 1 second window, and he's not doing so at this point. 1.3 seconds is the gap towards Connell and P2. And if it stays like this, it won't be DRS for Rage Snipes, and it will be time for Charlie and Connell to push as much as possible to get away from the Pink Panther.
Yeah, Ricky's going to come out in some free in clear air as well, so for him he can just attack now on these hard tyres, because you know Charlie's going to pit next lap to cover him, and Connell will as well. So it's important now for Ricky, as long as the crossover now is the hard tyres better. Oh, meanwhile, look at the midfield. I saw more wing damage there. Steve, Jizzy, and
oh, look at this! Oh, it was Jizzy not having any of it. Steve lost it on exit, and now Justin gets past. So that's Justin up in towards P8, Steve down to P9, and now Kelsensweg is looking to get past Steve as well. Battles all over the place. Like, yeah, there's people all over the track, because it's like, it's spread out as... I can't say it on stream. But like, they're all over the track, but there are battles all around the track as well. You absolutely love to see it. Now Kelsensweg with the DRS, but the problem is, Steve will get DRS in front as well, so you won't gain an advantage. Kelsensweg maybe on exit, down towards turn 16. Nope.
And oh, look at this, Charlie doesn't pit, but Connell does.
Connell does. Good move from Connell, I think. This means that he's gonna cover off Ricky, and maybe he can get a slight advantage over Charlie, because those softs, they're on 50% and 60% on the front right for Charlie. So this is getting towards the stage now where you definitely want to get rid of the softs. And look at this, Connell on towards a set of medium tires, where Ricky went on towards the hards. It's Connell on mediums.
Connell's coming down the... This is going to be close. I think Ricky might take this here. Ricky might have done the jump. Oh, it's super close. And he has. In Vettel/Leclerc style last year in Singapore, 2019. The undercut has worked. And the medium tyre, you've got to question, is that two-stop?
That's definitely going to be a two-stop for Connell. Yeah, 100%. So... it's gonna be the case for Connell to get past Ricky as quickly as possible to make sure you can use those mediums to full potential, because if you're gonna get stuck behind Ricky on those hards, Connell definitely has to make another stop, and it will cost him another 25 seconds. So that's something to keep in mind. Rage Snipes is 2 tenths behind Charlie, and this exactly shows how warm those softs are. Those softs are terrible at this point in the race, because Ray Snipes has been able, with wing damage, to close in a gap of 1.2 seconds in only 2 sectors.
Yeah, Charlie is about to lose his lead, and also lose out to the guys who've already stopped, because he's so much time. Rage, though, is on another. I mean, he is about, let's see, time-wise, it's 4.2. Jay Print is 4.3 behind. Rage is still able to keep at the same pace Jay is at, despite that substantial wing damage. He's just, yeah, he's driving so well. Unreal. And Matty's now P3.
TMP3 still has to make a pit stop. It has to be mentioned. Charlie coming out of the pits now with Ricky and Connell following. Is he gonna stay ahead? No, he's not. Is Connell gonna get past as well? Yep, he is. So it's Ricky in a net P1, Connell in a net P2, and Charlie in a net P3 with Rage Snipes having to change the front wing as well in the next pit stop phase.
And Connell should get by here. He's got that DRS. But Ricky's been smart. He should have gone to the inside, Connell.
Ricky defending the inside, and we know it. We've seen it a couple of seasons already. Ricky is a hard one to get past. He knows how to defend, and this is in favor of Ricky. He needs to keep Connell behind for as long as possible to make sure that the two-stop is not going to work.
Well, the difference between the hard and the medium isn't too bad, is it, round here? Like, the medium obviously is the quicker tire, but it's not the... Obviously the hard is very consistent tire. The medium is better than the soft.
Yeah, the advantage you gain being on fresh softs compared to old hards is insane around this track. Like, the amount of grip extra you get.
Look, Connell around the outside. Connell's going around the outside. Oh, if he finishes this move off, I mean, Ricky's going to use overtake to try and shut the door, and he does.
Switchback from Connell. Switchback from Connell. You absolutely love to see it. That is Connell up into P7 and a net P1 in this race. What a move from Connell in the Williams.
He completely caught Ricky off. I think Ricky didn't expect him because it wasn't a DRS zone. He didn't expect Connell to attack, but obviously Connell used his overtake and tried to go around the outside, and now has done it. And with those mediums, he's going to start pulling away.
Yeah, he needs to push as much as possible. He needs to make sure that Ricky is outside of the 1 second window, which he is at this point. 1.1, and I think Ricky is going to play it smart. He's just going to let Connell go, and he's just saying, like, go on, son, try and see if you can make the two-stop work. That's what Connell's going to try. He's got Steve and Kelsensweg in front who are battling. Kelsensweg finally got past Steve. So that's Kelsensweg up into P5. Oh, and look at this. Dan and Jasek are going at it. Jasek with the DRS, he's going to go for the move down the inside on those mediums. Yes, he is. Down the inside he goes. Oh, Dan with the switchback. But he has to make it around the outside. That's probably not going to work. Nope, it isn't. So that's Jasek up into P12.
Yeah, and also Jay Prentice still, the gap is 4.6 seconds between himself and Jay Prentice, so he's actually been able to slightly extend the gap between himself and Jay Prentice, unbelievably. Yeah, I mean, Rage obviously, I put the gap to the leader, he's 22 seconds ahead of Connell, and he's 24.1 clear of Ricky. Now, add with a wing change, you're going to be adding an extra 6-7 seconds to your stop.
Yeah, definitely more than 5 seconds.
The pace he's got though, I mean, he could towards the end still be close to these guys because he's going to have much fresher hard tyres. And yeah, Ricky is closing in. It's going to be a long shot, but he's got such pace. When he with a proper wing on, I think he could still potentially get a podium here, Rage. But he'll have to be on this point. He'll have to be best case scenario P3. Worst case, I think, is a P4. Yeah,
the thing is for Matty, he is gonna make a pit, but now he's got some clean air up front. He can drive his own pace. He's got nothing to worry about this stage in the race. When he pits, he will probably pit for hards. They will be much fresher. than Ricky is hard, so he should be going faster lap by lap. The thing is he gonna be able to close in that much time that he is gonna be at the back of Ricky, or at least gaining some positions, because he will most likely get ahead of Rage Snipes. It's gonna be a tricky one. But maybe he will get past Rage Snipes, but I think Rage Snipes is too quick, so he will get past. But if he can catch Jay Prentice and overtake him, that's another position gain. And I think that should be covering the gap. If Connell can make the two-stop work and come out ahead of Ricky, that is at least 7 points less than Ricky getting a victory. So that's already 7 points gained for Matty. Getting a position on Jay Prentice, another 2 points. And that's how Matty is gonna go into this race.
Yeah, it's
Oh, Rage Snipes into the pits. And front wing change, flash hard tires for Rage Snipes, and he's gonna go till the end of the race. He will come out in clean air, question mark. There is Sygate.
Yeah.
But he should be no Sygate. Oh, Sygate gets just in front, and that's Rage Snipes splitting Sygate and Mazza. This is for position, it is.
And look at this, Mazza with the warmer tyres. Obviously, I would have imagined Rage would now use. Oh, he doesn't really use overtake.
Oh, and there goes Mazza down the inside.
Oh.
Rage Snipes defense, and Mazza picked up a 3-second penalty in the process. Oh, lovely helicopter view. You love to see it.
I wish I had it. But yeah, so for Rage now, he's actually a long way behind. He's
look at this.
Seconds.
Sorry to interrupt. Connell down towards turn 14, down on the inside of Steve. Next job done. Connell up into P5.
Lovely job, so Connell continuing his progress.
Here comes Rage Snipes. Down the inside he goes. Rage Snipes up into P9.
We got a crash in sector 1. This could be safety car or virtual safety car. It's virtual.
Matty needs to. Oh, Matty just got past the pit entry.
Where you get turn 1 already.
Yeah. Such a shame for Matty. If that came out a little bit earlier, then he would have been in.
Yeah, Rage will be kicking himself. Obviously, if he stayed out for another lap, he would have been able to get a free stop.
Plus, it's his own teammate as well, so.
Yeah, that's it. But so you got Rage in P9, Steve really, and Sygate. Sygate is also pitted to take advantage of this.
So, let's see. It is the top 4 who still has to make another stop. Connell as well. He already made one as we go into green conditions once again. No one picked up a drive-through penalty for speeding on a virtual safety car conditions. That's one of the first times we've seen that one. Yeah, the rest of the grid all made one pit stop at least, and is either gonna go till the end or gonna stop towards the last couple of laps in this race. But like I've mentioned, top 4 still has to make their mandatory pit stop.
There we go. So, we're not even halfway through this race. And so much has happened. Jay Prentice now leads, obviously yet to stop. Same with Matty, yet to stop. Essentially, at the moment, technically, the main guy, or the top guy that's had a pit stop is Connell, but he's on mediums at the moment, so we'll have to pit again. And if you look at the times, and in that grid as Matty goes in the pits, Connell is only 3 seconds clear of Ricky. And this is the problem, it's just not. He needs to be taking more time out. Where will Matty, if Matty gets ahead of Rage,
Matty's in the pits. Is he gonna come out in front of Rage? Like you said, that's gonna be the question. Where's Rage Snipes? No, he is gonna fall behind Rage Snipes.
Yeah, and even Rage is gonna get ahead still of Jay Prentice, even with that wing change. That just shows you how quick Rage is. He's still just ahead of Jay Prentice. Or he's actually a couple of seconds clear of Jay Prentice still. Unreal. But yeah, Matty now down to P9. The guys around him, guy ahead, J-Sack. J-Sack will have to stop again. But then you look like Muzza, only 4 laps older tyres. J Prentice pit same lap. Rage only a lap. Rage only a lap older. And Rage is 10 seconds behind Charlie. So yeah, Matty here. I mean, well, Ricky currently P3 would mean the championship still carries on to the next round, I believe.
At this point, the gap. Ricky will get 15 points, and Matty will get 2 points. So that's a 13 point. So at this point, Ricky is champion.
Oh, really?
Because that will mean it's 27 points. Because it was 14 points, now 13 points added on is 27 points. You can't gain 27 points in one race. So that would mean that Ricky at this stage in the race is Tier 3 champion.
So Matty needs to get his finger out and pass some of these people. Fortunately, he is going to gain, well, he potentially could gain 2 places because Connell will have to pit again. And you've also got Kelsey's pitting now. And J-Sack will have to pit again as well. So Matty actually is probably looking around the P6 position here as best case scenario. Maybe P5 if he can catch J Prentice up as well.
Yeah, the thing is, like, Charlie is not gonna overtake Ricky because Charlie knows that Ricky has got a championship to fight for, so it all depends on Connell if he can make the 2-stop work, and at this stage he's only 2.3 seconds in front of Ricky, so that's not gonna work. Connell will come, he will come out far behind these 2 guys, and I don't think you will have the pace to, oh, yellow sector 1, that's Kelsey on fresh hearts. But I don't think Connell will have the pace when he gets on fresh tires to close in the gap or to close in the time he lost during the pit stop.
No, that's the thing. That's why I thought 2 stops don't work here. The pit lane is so slow, you lose so much time. It's nearly 30 seconds in the pit stop. If it was a faster speed limit, then it wouldn't be a problem, but yeah, it's one of the slower pit lane limits. We got all out of shape on there. One of those mediums are already overheated because Ricky is closing it right up.
Yeah, we saw Rage Nice pitting on lap 10 it was, so I would say it's only 3 or 4 more laps for Connell until he has to make his second pit stop.
Yeah, I did a strange one, this strategy. So Ricky effectively then is in a prime position.
Ricky is in a really good position. I'm watching the battle now between Massa, Jasek and Matty. The thing for Matty is he needs to get past these guys as quickly as possible because you can see J Prentice just disappearing off into the distance. The problem is Jasek will get DRS in front, so Jasek is the first one who needs to make a move on Massa, which he is doing now. Massa has to defend. Oh, they make contact. Is Matty gonna make use of this?
I mean, I would try. Oh, J-Sack loses it.
Oh, J-Sack's round. It's helping Matty, but you saw this one coming. It was Massa shutting the door. J-Sack stuck his nose in, and that's J-Sack into the wall. This game, man. This game.
Well, that has helped. Oh, and Matty's got past Muzza. So in one lap, Matty's got past both. Muzza lost the back end, big moment.
Yeah, lost it coming out of the hairpin.
So Matty having a P6 now. So we're on about how he needs to get past those guys. Sure enough.
One lap later.
Not even that, half a lap later.
Half a lap later, yeah.
So he can hunt down, he's 3.8 behind J Prentice, and both figures him and J Prentice on equal age tyres, so it's going to purely be down to pace.
Yeah, the thing is, Matty has got the 3-second time penalty he needs to worry about, so he can close in towards J Prentice, but he needs to get past and drive away with at least a 3-second gap.
Buzzer's crashed, and he's out. Buzzer lost the back end.
Did Massa
Yeah,
do?
it was in turn 1, he just carried too much speed, and there's a
Virtual
VFC.
safety car.
Yeah, into turn 1, he carried too much speed, lost the rear end, and then it snapped on him. So it's when you lost the rear end, you try and correct it, and it snaps back on you. And yeah, hit the barrier. The rear right is off its suspension is kaput, and yeah, that's Muzzer out. I think he overcooked those rears because he obviously almost lost it earlier in the previous lap, and I think those rears just got too hard.
He got a warning before, a couple of corners earlier, but he didn't take it for granted. Now, can I have a guess on what Jacek is saying at this point?
Oh.
I think he said karma.
Yeah, after his French speaking, as we say in England, talking French, and then he got some karma. As we
resume, and then picked up a drive-through penalty for speeding on a virtual safety car conditions. We've mentioned the last virtual safety car that there was no one picking up a penalty. Well, then he disappointed us, but he didn't. He picked it up. Such a shame for him. He was in P9, and although he had to make another pit stop, the race still wasn't over. Now it definitely is. I wouldn't be surprised if he is just gonna put a towards retirement. Just in with the DRS, not getting past Steve as of yet. Yeah, 5 seconds for speeding it towards the pit lane. I think Dan has enough with this race.
Yeah. I mean, there could be a safety car later on, and it will reset everything and make it interesting, but other than that, yeah, he's going to struggle here. I mean, he's still in the points as Justin goes past Steve. Justin up in the P7. Good job by him. And we're only halfway through this, Thomas.
If you said there were only like 4 more laps left, then I would have believed you as well.
Yeah. No, we're just half distance, so
insane.
It was almost an hour race.
Someone in the chat as well just mentioned it. Gosh, only halfway through, yeah.
It's a long race. For some reason, F1 decided to put a lot of laps on this track. I get it because in terms of the distance, it's all in proportion to the actual kilometres, but it's obviously a street track with quite a slow average speed, so this is why.
Yeah, that's the main issue. What he did on the straight.
Now, will this be a safety car? How strange.
It still remains yellow for sector 1 and 2, obviously. What happened with Lars? But he must have got some. Wait, Hey? I'm really confused at this point because his car is not driving, so he must have lost his tire or something.
Yeah, look at the rear left tire. It's gone.
What did he do? Strange, really strange.
It's a strange race, this one.
It is.
I'm not making any predictions on this one. This could turn on its head.
The amount of action we've seen already, with the fact that we're only halfway through this race, says enough really. There's so much that can still happen. It's insane.
Yeah, it's Connell's still out, but I can imagine he'll be pitting very soon.
I would say so.
Yeah, you don't want to be leaving the hards too long.
Unless he is opting to go on towards another sort of mediums, exactly.
Yeah, that could work, in which case, a couple more laps, or no, he's pitting. He's doing it now. So I would have thought, is he going to go mediums, or is he going to go hards? Because this is, if he is going mediums,
he could be going on mediums nonetheless, to be honest.
He has got a lighter car now. So
mediums it is. Yeah, mediums for Connell. second set of mediums are ready to put on his car.
There he goes.
He comes out in P6, which will most likely be P7, if
Yes.
not P8. Look at Steve. No, he will come out in front of Steve.
Yeah, be ahead of Steve.
To be honest, Steve in the points. We haven't mentioned that one. Because Steve is gonna go to the... Oh, I shouldn't have said it. That's a good point. We're not gonna mention it. I'm gonna switch back to Connor.
Yeah. I can't see this shadow behind Connell. Yeah, Connell is now P7. He won't want a safety car right now because everyone ahead of him would probably pit, and he would have sacrificed track position for nothing. He wants it now to be a clean race, so he can just make up even the time. He's not going to get back up to the very front, but he could get if he can get past Justin, he's got 7 seconds to then try and eat up Matty.
Yeah, Matty will be hoping that Connell is gonna get stuck behind Justin for a couple of laps, but Connell is already down the inside. Bold move. And Justin didn't expect that one, but that's Connell up into P6.
That grip advantage right now, though, he had to do it. He needed to keep the flow. And they didn't lose too much time either on Matty. And he's now going to be eating in that gap. So, game on. Game on here. Can Matty, will Connell catch Matty? Will that pace drop?
Yeah, Connell will catch Matty. I'm almost sure of that one.
Yeah. So that means now Ricky's in the lead, in the position he needs to be, and currently he's got his rear gunner 2.4 behind Charlie, and then Rage. Look at Rage though. Rage is now 1.3 behind Charlie. There you go.
If Charlie wants to be the best teammate ever for Ricky, Charlie will have to defend with his life to remain in P2.
Yeah, Rage's got incredible speed. He's pulled 9 seconds from Jay Prentice. When he came out of the pit 6 laps ago, 8 laps ago, well, when Jay Prentice came out of the pit 6 laps ago, Jay Prentice was 2 seconds behind him. Now 9.5 seconds behind him.
It's insane. I love the fact that you're saying the same things that Dresse is putting in the chat. You said it when we were halfway through the race. Dresse just puts in a comment, I can't imagine how long, every time I forget how long this race is, and now he says, race has closed down almost 10 seconds since the last pit stop. Exactly when you're mentioning it.
Well, you know what I'm like, I somehow know what people think and say, don't firsthand, but it's great minds think alike, and yeah, it's... Rage right now, his lap times, 1:39.5 is his best. Compare that Ricky, 1:40.4, 1:40.5 Charlie. So he's done times a second lap quicker. Connell is the fastest man, but only because he's on fresh mediums. And here we go then.
Charlie already trying to break the slipstream, but I don't think his race lap's gonna go for a move around the outside, and they both break late. And Charlie remains in P2.
Yeah, and this is the thing, Charlie, he's not going to have really, like we had early on in the stint where the soft tyre was absolutely hanging. These tyres, albeit not the fastest, they are both on hard tyres. Granted, Rage has got tyres that are 3 laps fresher, or 4 laps fresher, but going to have to try and catch Charlie out here. And he's forced Charlie tight, which means Rage is going to get a really good run. He will use the overtake button, and he's going to brake late here.
Switch back. Switch back.
Yeah. You love to see it. Here we go. He's down the inside. He's going to try and squeeze Charlie. But fair play. Charlie's still going to be there. And another switchback attempt.
But Charlie picks up 3 seconds in the process.
Yeah, this is going to help. Again, now the gap is 3.4 between Ricky and Charlie. Ricky needs every bit of this because Rage at the moment is almost a second quicker. His car's planted. Charlie is on the older hards. and it does make a difference even on these hards. But yeah, Rage Car's just planted. He's got the traction, he can turn in, all the signs showing of a younger tyre. And here we go, another chance.
Don't think he's gonna make it stick down towards turn 7. Oh, he tries to go round the outside once again. Charlie puts him right.
Yeah.
How long is Charlie gonna stay in front of Rage Knives?
Yeah. And Connell also, he's 1.3 behind Matty now, so yeah, Matty's going to be under pressure and probably lose his place very shortly. Charlie seems to got it up a little bit now. Rage having a bit of a couple of wheel spin moments coming out of the slow corners. Charlie's able to deal with this a bit better now. It's not struggling so much. He's got used to where Rage is at its best. Oh, we got yellow in sector 3. And that is Kelstra, I believe.
Yep, Kelstra swag. Oh, and he's driving the wrong way.
And he's yeah, all good. Didn't get disqualified.
Rage Knights, he has to, as he gets past one of his best mates, he has to try it once again. Ricky 4.1 seconds away, Kelstra retires, fair enough. Connell is only 4 tenths behind Matty. Is Connell gonna go for the move on the start finish straight? No, he's not. Okay, so we can first focus on the battle between Charlie and Rage Knives. Is Rage Knives gonna make an overtake? Stick down towards turn 7. I don't think he's close enough.
No.
So is Matty gonna defend from Connell? He has to. He's got no choice.
Not though.
Oh, but he leaves the door open. Connell down the inside. That's Connell up into P5. And this confirms that Ricky at this stage is gonna be our new Tier 3 champion.
I think Matty was thinking the long game here. He has been slowly catching Jay Prentice. And I think he was thinking, rather than battling Connell, he was hoping that Connell could bring him along. And then they could, and obviously when he gets past Jay Prentice, oh, there is a Renault, that's Tebow, isn't it?
Yeah, but Matty with another 3-second time penalty. Where is the penalty thing? So that's 6 seconds for Matty.
Yeah,
looking good.
Really good pace here. And yellow again, sector 3, and that's Tebow, I bet.
Tebow.
Yeah, Tebow is DNF.
Oh, he hit the pit
Crashed.
entry wall.
Yeah. Exactly, that's a safety car. No, it's been cleared. This race is bonkers. So, here we go, Matty, not in DRS either. So he's allowed Connell through. And Connell surely will just be able to breeze past down the DRS zone. Oh, he hits the back of Jay Prentice. That could be wing damage.
Exactly, see, let's get the test telemetry system up on screen.
He's got wing damage.
Oh, big wing damage, 50% on the left hand side. Big wing damage for Connell, so Matty could be in. Wave another shot for P5.
Yeah, and he's going to be so frustrated, Connell, here. Because he has such a tyre advantage and just got caught out, got too close behind Jay Prentice. And that's the thing, like, you've got these guys you've got to consider, they're going to break earlier than you. And I know he wanted to get super close because of the battle to get DRS, but now it's massively hindered him. And Matty's choice to let Connell through now looks to have paid dividends, because he should have the pace to get past it.
Yeah, the thing is, Matty with those 6 seconds, he's not gonna gain anything from it. Even if he manages... Oh, Connell after 3 seconds, that? Okay, never mind. Connell is slowly starting to destroy his own rate, really. But yeah, he can get up into P4, but that still means that he's gonna finish in P6. Look at Rage Snipes going for a move around the outside this time. Oh, they make contact! And it's Rage Snipes spinning off Charlie. Charlie's into the wall, and is this gonna mean that Matty is gonna have a shot? No, it's too big of a gap.
Yeah. He's still got that gap, so...
Well, Rage Snipes 3 seconds now.
Charlie's just got to be careful with the tyres being a bit overheated, like a bit hot. He can't be pushing too hard here.
You saw this one come in.
So yeah, more drama unfolding, but Ricky now has a 4.5 second lead, and we have got 7 laps left on the clock. So... Rage can be a second quicker again, he will catch Ricky, but passing Ricky is a whole nother ballgame.
Yeah, and with the 3 seconds as well, I'm pretty sure that if Ricky is not making any mistakes, he will be winning this race. And if it stays like this, he will be the new Tier 3 champion. Look at this, Matty with maybe a shot at Connell down towards the 14. Connell shuts the door, but he sort of moved under braking. Matty had to move out of the way. No drama as of yet. What is that, wing damage from Matty? No, he kept it clean. Fair play to Matty. Matty is under fueled as well. It's the fuel symbol popping up on the telemetry, so he needs to save some fuel in the process as well if he wants to make it towards the end of the race.
Yeah, he's been running under. Well, I noticed it early on in the race as well. He has been under for the whole race. I think he's just under fueled himself, which is good for handling, but not great when you want to try and overtake people.
But look at this, with the DRS, Connell is without DRS, with a move around the outside, with the wing damage of Connell should be job done, and it is job done. So that's Matty up into P5, and at this point in the race he needs to get away from Connell as quick as possible.
So, looking at the penalties, Connell has 3, Matty has 6, still at the moment, as it stands, Connell wants to finish ahead of Matty.
Yeah.
Prentice has no penalties whatsoever. Rage has 3 seconds, Charlie has 3 seconds, so Ricky really, even if Rage passes him, then he'll know the penalties that he's got. That's it for Ricky.
Ricky just needs to keep it clean. That's the only thing he's got to do. He can let Rage Snipes get past. Rage Snipes are not going to pull away 3 seconds in
I suppose obviously it was like 2 laps to go, then yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to let Rage pass too early. I would still want to defend my position because.
Yeah, true.
It's gaining.
But with the gap being 2.6 seconds now, he still has to close in that gap, which is not going to be easy. And after that, he has to get past Ricky. We saw how much of a struggle it was to get past Charlie. Imagine how hard it's going to be for Rage Snipes to get past Ricky. And then he has to pull away with at least 3 seconds, so that's not going to happen if Ricky is keeping it clean. Oh, look at this, Dan going for the move around the outside of Sidegate for the last point in this race. It's Dan with 11 seconds, so Sidegate can let Dan go through and still remain in P10, but it's all about pride.
Yes, Dan's also got much older hard tyres as well. Still has the pace.
It then had some solid pace, just in general around this track. Unfortunately for him, it just didn't go his way this race tonight.
Takes a big chunk of the curb on the last corner there.
See, the field is really spread out. 1.4 seconds between Connell and Matty. This is always, you've got those kind of races where commentators, it's so hard to make it towards the end of the race. It's such a struggle now. Like, you can't really mention anything. There's not anything in particular happening. It's like still the battle between Sagan and Dan, but the last points we've got 40 people watching. It's been the highest amount of people watching on YouTube, what I've been keeping track of. So that's absolutely lovely to see.
Yeah, thank you very much for watching. Glad to have you spending your evenings at home watching Wonders of Speed, Tier 3, and potentially watching a new champion. Ricky now with just a handful of laps left to go. Rage 1.2 behind.
Yeah,
but
like I said, like it's strange as Dan picks up another 3 seconds in the process, but yeah, I mentioned it last lap where the gap was 2.6. The gap is 1.1, 1 second now. It's insane. What a pace Rage Snipes got on those hards.
Yeah, top pace here by the racing driver. Charlie, meanwhile, is 10 seconds behind Charlie, and he's also 6 seconds ahead of Jay Prentice. And Matty's almost clear of Connell.
Update from Kel's swag. Rage Snipes apparently has problems with his brake pedal, so that's why he wasn't closing in. But I think he fixed it, seeing the pace he's got on the last lap. But that's Kelswag with the information, so thank you very much, Kelster, for that one. You'll love to see it.
Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, the pace he's doing now, he's now within a second, so he is in DRS zone. Very interesting, so lap 28 and 31. And Matty is now over 3 seconds clear. So as long as he doesn't get another penalty, he will be finishing in P5.
So that would mean 25, 18, 15, 12, 10 points, which means that it's still not going to be enough for Matty.
Okay.
And the thing is, he can't make a pit stop and get the fastest lap, because that would mean he will lose too many positions.
Exactly.
He can't do anything about it. He literally can't.
He basically has to rely on things out of his control to change. He needs a block moment.
He's praying that Rage Snipes is gonna spin Ricky into the wall and Ricky is gonna retire. That's the only thing I can imagine that's gonna help Matt Rob, because even if Rage Snipes only spins Ricky, he will still be in P2 and it would still be enough.
He needs a... Is that Glock moment, doesn't he?
Yeah, pretty much some sort of scenario, yeah. And
Wait,
even though, maybe like, even if he manages it to not lose the championship today, then Ricky only has to like score 2 points next week to be crowned champion.
So, we're expecting wild celebrations if that is the case. But, yeah, this track, if this track ever teaches you, it's, you can't think that far ahead. You know, I remember races where, back in Varamir, it crashed in the final lap, the last sector, and I lost 3rd place on that very lap as well to Dresser. You know, the whole race, it literally, anything can happen at this track.
Oh, look at this! Rage Snipes with a move round the outside. Ricky is not gonna fight it too much. This means that Rage Snipes is now leading the way. Is he gonna be able to pull away 3 seconds to get the win?
Now this would be a big difference, because if Ricky does finish 2nd, Matty still carries on the championship, doesn't he?
Yeah, he will, yeah.
So right now, it's all about... you know what, I think if anyone's able to do it,
It's
Rage.
It's Rage Snipes. It's 1 second. 1 second it is already. Is it gonna be happening that Ricky is not gonna be winning the championship because of Rage Snipes?
Is that Glock? Oh, I'm just kidding. So, yeah. I mean, we've got 2 and a bit laps to go. Ricky's now... Oh, crap. It's sort of saying that you don't want to let Rage through too early, because otherwise... I think he's going to do it.
Ricky's on 2 warnings, but Rage Snipes is on 2 warnings as well for his second time penalty. So Rage Snipes needs to watch out, but Ricky as well. Meanwhile, I wanted to say Justin is closing on Connell, but he probably made a mistake because the gap is now 1.2 seconds again. But Justin rapidly closing in on Connell.
Yeah. There's 4.8 now. Connell's dropped well off. And Ricky's trying his best. It's going to be fascinating last lap and a bit now.
I don't think Rage Snipes is gonna make it.
I don't know. He seemed to be better in that last sector where the mechanical grip of those fresher hards, that is where he pulls away and makes the time. He's eating, he's pulling away, he's chipping at it.
With 2 seconds. Oh my days.
To do it.
Oh my days. No way. No way.
We're taking it to a finale in this race.
The thing is, though, I'm thinking about it now. If Charlie is gonna send in the incident between him and Rage Snipes gets a penalty, then Ricky is gonna be crowned champion, not on stream. How much of a disappointment would that be?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, Connell and Justin. Connell remains in P6. Something happened between those two. This is the main battle we need to focus on. It's not really a battle. It's more of a time trial. Who is gonna be able to put in the quickest lap on the last lap of this race, lap 31 of 31, and I haven't seen this sort of championship ending in my Connell's Speed career, to be brutally honest.
I mean, he's literally needs to get a couple more tenths, and I just think he's be able to do it. Unless, as long as he doesn't get a penalty.
Yeah, the knowledge we had from last lap, we're slowly starting to get the territory of Rage Snipes, where he has been able to pull away by at least 5 tenths on the last lap, and he's doing it right now once again after the hairpin. That's where Rage Snipes has been phenomenal.
Yeah, Ricky's trying his best. I mean, Ricky's been, I don't know if Rage made a mistake, but he's actually been able to keep it at 2.7, but this is the final sector where if you've got that extra grip, you're going to be able to pull it away.
2.7, it's slowly starting to get towards 2.8. Oh my days. Oh my days. 2.9. 3 seconds. 2.9. 3 seconds.
Ricky, have you got any ERS left?
Is Rage Snipes gonna do it? He comes across the line, and I think Rage Snipes has destroyed the party of Ricky. Yes, he did by 2 tenths.
Oh
no! No way! The scenes here at Singapore.
Rage's done it. Unreal. What a drive by Rage. Yeah, and here comes Ricky comes line, Charlie third, Jay Prentice fourth, Matty in fifth. He still survives.
We're still alive here.
Yeah.
Oh my days. Rage Snipes has managed it. We're gonna go for the final round in Austin. Yet he is still in it. The scenes.
Yeah, just about. Unreal.
You never know what's gonna happen at Austin, mate. You never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I like Dresser puts it up in the chat. AU delivers as always. Spot in the chat, we go to Austin. It's such a mix in the chat. It's people supporting Ricky and it's people supporting Matty. Rage, you beautiful human being, still alive here. Matty is happy with that one. Oh my days. Like, I understand if Charlie is gonna create an incident, but how beautiful would it be if it just stays like this and it's gonna go to a final round? That would be even
yeah.
better.
Personally, I thought it was because they were side by side. It was just unfortunate that Charlie, being the inside guy, lost the rear end. But yeah, lovely job by Rage. What a recovery! And Ricky may think, oh, what if I was able to keep him back a little bit longer?
Yeah.
You know, essentially in the end, it was probably another couple of quarters. You know, if he hadn't let him through that lap, he would be champion right now.
Yeah, and there goes my saying that Ray Snipes wasn't going to be able to do it.
Now, I said he would be able to get podium at best.
Yeah, so yeah, that's
go.
great commentary once again.
Great
from your favorite commentators, Lewis and Thomas. We're wrong once again. Ray Snipes with the victory, won an ending of the race. We saw Ricky P2, he will be devastated. Charlie P3, Jet Prentice P4, Matty in P5 keeps his championship alive. Justin P6, Connell P7, and look at this, Steve P8. Forget about the championship, Steve has scored points once again. GC P9, Saige P10, Dan P11, Blaze P12, Thibaut P13, Kelsweb P14, Lost P15, Mazda P16, Cos Hamilton P17 and Jason P18. Unfortunately he got disqualified by the game, although it says a DNF. What a race we've seen once again. I'm gonna quickly invite these guys towards the commentary box as we want to know everything about what went through their race. Why is Teresa putting fruitful in it with a... Oh, yeah, I see. Of course fruitful is the people's champ. We all know it. Let's see. It's gonna be Rage, Ricky, and Charlie if he's gonna join, but I don't think Charlie has ever joined it. So let's actually get the ratio point again back up on screen. Kerk is my hero. Oh, I love you, Spot. There we have Ricky. And Rage Snipes joined as well. And there's Charlie. You love to see it. Guys, I'll make sure your audio is allowed to be shared, and then we can start off with the interviews very shortly. So we're gonna start off with P3 in this race. Charlie, yeah, we saw the battle between you and Rage Snipes towards the end of the race. You of course had to do your best to keep Rage Snipes behind with the championship in mind for Ricky. Yeah, just tell us what's your thought on the incident between you and Rage Snipes.
I mean, I knew I had to go deep into braking, and I knew he had some ERS. So like the last few laps before, I was just saving ERS so much. I had about 90-95. So every time he came up behind me and you had DRS, so I was just using all my energy, and I just had to hold him for at least 2-3 laps. But yeah, I knew I was running wide, but I had to run deep because he had to run on me on every straight. So, but I think I did what I could. So because he had so much pace. So, but I think we did well.
It's on the same pace, but still you drove a really good race as well in P3. Did you expect it before the weekend to finish P3, or surprised by the result at the end?
My quali isn't. I mean, I say my quali isn't great. I qualified first. I think it's a track I kind of like, so I do like this track. It's nice. So I did well on it last year, but I had a few problems last year. But I knew I was going to do well as soon as I qualified first. So
yeah, really well done, mate. Congratulations on the podium. Enjoy it.
Thank you.
Coming towards P2, Ricky, I think you're absolutely devastated that you haven't decided the championship yet by 0.2 of a second. Yeah, we know that you're good with battling and defending. You let Rage Snipes go through. Was there any point that you thought like, oh no, I've let him through, he's gonna make it? Or was it a big surprise that he was able to pull away 3 seconds at the end?
No, he just had the better traction coming off the slow right-hander, and yeah, no point having a collision at that point. It was Rage was never our race today. You know, just wasn't. He's on another level in this tier.
Yeah, unfortunately, you haven't decided the championship today. Any how you want to say it, any danger for next week that you're afraid to give it away, or are you quite confident that it should be all done next week in Austin?
Well, I mean, it's not mathematically done, but I'm fairly confident we're in a very positive position after that race. Not really sure of the permutations, but yeah, we just need a few points, I think.
Yeah, I think it's only gonna be like 2 more points that you have to finish in front of Matty to secure the championship. So it shouldn't be too much of a problem, but you never know, of course, what's gonna happen next week.
Yeah, we'll see. There's a lot of racing yet, so.
It is. Congratulations for you're happy with it, with the P2, mate. Good drive. Unfortunately, just not enough.
Okay.
Coming towards P1, Ray Snipes. What a brilliant race you drove with the wing damage you picked up early on in the race. You managed to get your way back through the field again. When you picked up the wing damage, did you think race over, that's not gonna be a podium, or did you still have to believe that you were gonna finish on the podium, if not P1?
No, I had hope for being at the podiums because I had a pace, and the damage was totally my fault. I was just too close behind Connell. Yeah, that's it actually. It's my fault. But I had a great drive on the hards, so it was amazing.
Yeah, your pace was insane on those hards, and we saw Kelswek in the chat who said that you had problems with your brake pedal. Was that right?
No.
No. Because we saw you struggling from like when you got past Charlie. We saw you struggling with the gap towards Rick, but suddenly with like 4 or 5 laps to go, you were closing in like no tomorrow. Was that just saving the tires, or was it something else?
When an incident happened with Charlie, I just lost a little bit of focus, and when I saw the gap closing in, I just was focused 100% and tried to overtake Ricky. That's it actually.
Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, you got past Ricky. How, because we saw you on 2 warnings as well for your second penalty. How nervous were you with those last laps where you had to push, but also be careful to not pick up a warning?
Yeah, very nervous to be honest. I was pushing so hard. I was hoping not to spin because the tires were very old, and yeah, they had a little bit of life, so it helped me very much.
I think I pushed you wide, didn't I, to get that 3-second penalty? Was that?
No. I just lost focus, and I was worrying about you, and I picked up just for the corner cut, not because of you. So it was my fault.
Yeah, at the end, you still managed to get P1. Really well done, mate. Really well driven, and you were on another level today.
Thank you.
So that rounds off the stream for today. Longest race of the season done. And we continue on with this brilliant championship battle towards next week in Austin. So make sure you tune in for that one. Congratulations once again on the podium runners. Really well done. Good race. And thank you, Lewis, for joining the commentaries with me as always.
Yeah, pleasure as always. Congrats, guys, on the top 3, and we'll see you next week for the finale. And we got more coming up.
We definitely got more coming up. If you don't want to miss anything from Connell Speed, make sure you follow us on social media. You subscribe on YouTube and you follow us on Twitch. Tomorrow we've got the AU2 and AM2 race. On Wednesday we've got AU1 and AM1, and on the Thursday we've got AU4. It's been a pleasure as always. I'm already excited for next week, and as I always say, stay safe and goodbye.